Hi, Doug here. I recently retired and wondered if I qualified for SNAP, EBT, or what we sometimes still call food stamps. A change in the rules at the end of 2024 made it easier for seniors to qualify. So I applied and I qualified for benefits. I thought I'd make a short instructional video to help Hawaii seniors find out if they qualify, how to apply, and what to expect in the process. And I have some tips about how to use your EBT card. There are some organizations that can help you apply, but once you watch the video and understand the process, it should make things easier. And we'll get to those helpful organizations later on. All the links I mentioned are in the YouTube description below. And a short disclaimer, I am making this video as a private citizen and not for any organization or any group. I'm not an attorney, I'm not a political candidate or anything like that. But this information is accurate and true to the best of my knowledge. If you find any errors, let me know in the comments below. Also, I live in the Liliha Aleva area, so this presentation is kind of Oahu-centric in some of the details. But if you have specific info for your area, put them in the comments below or make your own video. Let me know and I'll let other people know too. Okay, SNAP, EBT, and food stamps refer to the same thing. SNAP is short for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. But I'm going to use the term EBT, which is the tool we use for our SNAP benefits. EBT is short for Electronic Benefits Transfer. It's a federal program with funding from the Federal Department of Agriculture that is administered here by the state of Hawaii. The idea is that it helps American farmers who produce the food we buy, and if we spend EBT dollars in Hawaii, it helps local businesses and local farmers if we buy local. And of course, it helps us seniors too. There are 7 organizations in Hawaii who do SNAP outreach, meaning that they have contracts with the federal government to help people sign up for SNAP. But they are prohibited from recruiting, so they're hard to find. I found some of them, and their names and links are in the description below. For the sake of EBT benefits, senior means anyone 60 or over. The change that makes EBT benefits more available for seniors is that they no longer count assets as a qualifier. It's based on your income. So you can have a bank or savings account, checking account, even a 401k, and still qualify. You can own a car, a house, whatever, but they count withdrawals and payments from your accounts as income. So if you're living off, say, Social Security and your savings, the withdrawals from your savings account may count as income. And there is an income cap, so that makes the process hard to game. It's hard to game the system, in other words, which is a good thing. You probably know you can use EBT to buy food at the market, but you can't buy medicine, vitamins, tobacco, no alcoholic beverages, and you can't buy hot prepared food at the market. You might qualify for a Meals on Wheels type service, and we'll get to that later. But there are some additional benefits to EBT that many people don't know about, and we'll get to those later on too. If you can't get around to go shopping, you might be able to qualify for a green bag produce delivery service or meal delivery kind of service. Several organizations in Hawaii offer the meal delivery service and let you pay via EBT. You can also get food and produce deliveries using your EBT, as well as big discounts like 50% on local produce, even organic produce. We'll cover those later. First thing, how do you find out if you qualify? Although the main qualification is income, the Hawaii Department of Human Services, the DHS, uses a complex formula taking into account the source of your income, your shelter and medical costs, and that sort of thing. So it's hard to estimate if you qualify without actually going through the application process. So gather together documents showing your income, your assets, and living expenses. You don't need years and years of records, just the last few months. Okay, what we'll do now is we'll go on the internet and we'll just start a kind of a fake application so you get the idea. I'm going to share the screen and we can see, yes, we are. Okay, you go to that link that I have below and you get to the official State of Hawaii Department of Human Services SNAP application, and you can do several things from that particular page, including this, which is Apply Now. I'm going to click on that. We're going to be doing English. We don't need an interpreter. You can see you can get a number of languages here um, on by calling them. For now, we'll just do it as though we're English-speaking people using the internet. We're going to hit Next. And it'll bring up a screen and it'll ask what we're applying for. We're applying for SNAP. So we hit that, we go Next. Do we need an interpreter? No, we don't. And we're going to go Next. We're going to say English is our primary language, and I'm going to say that I speak well and I have adequate reading and writing skills. And we'll just put in a Jonathan Doe. And then you can see that they're going to ask you for your, you know, information about you, date of birth, email. And then on the left side of the screen, you can see all the pages coming up, and they're going to ask you about your household, citizenship, assets, earned income, unearned income, that's Social Security, expenses, that's rent, electricity, and that sort of thing, authorized representative. If you're applying through an organization, that's probably where that information goes. Voter registration. Now, this isn't mandatory, but if you're not registered, it gives you the opportunity to register to vote, but totally up to you. Okay, and then when you finish that, you would hit a submit button. I just wanted to show you what that page looks like. It's not going to bite you. And all of the information is confidential, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, how long does it take? The whole process from application to EBT card took about a month from the time I submitted my application online, but the benefits were prorated to the date of my application. So I had more than a month's worth of benefits on my EBT card to start with. So that's good to know, right? A few days after submitting my app online, I got a notice in the mail for a phone interview 9 days later. Short note about that letter. On the internet, people say don't use all caps because it means you're shouting. The letter is in all caps, but don't feel shouted at. It's a super old computer system that they're using, and that's just how it is. In contrast, the back of the letter is 1,000 words of fine print legalese that their lawyers probably made them print there. I'm not a lawyer and I can't give you legal advice, but my common sense advice is to tell the truth about your financial status. The letter will contain your case number and caseload ID, so make a note of these because they're important to confirm your identity in the system. Okay, ready for some tip? Tip number one. As soon as you get your appointment time, you don't have to wait for your appointment date or time. When I called on the designated day of my appointment at the designated time of 2:45 p.m., I held for an hour until the phone system recording told me the office was closed. Try again another day. But here's the tip. When you get your appointment day and time, you don't have to wait until then. You can call immediately. Be prepared to be put on hold. Every 15 minutes, a recording will come on telling you you can leave a message, but the message says it might take a week for them to get back to you. I didn't wait a week, so I didn't leave a message. But, and here's tip number two, leave a message and also call back when you have some time. My caseworker told me that many of her clients get in touch with her that way. So leave a message and call and call and call and call when you have some time. You'll get through eventually. It shouldn't be this way, but it is what it is, and you got to do what you got to do to get through. Don't take it out on your caseworker. It's not her fault. Okay, tip number 3. A lot of this stuff is going to happen that makes no sense at all. You have to just laugh at it. Don't get angry and risk getting a stroke or a heart attack. It's not worth it. It's like that Seinfeld episode where George's father keeps screaming, "Serenity now!" You remember that?
Now! Serenity now! Serenity now!
You remember that? If you remember that, it proves you're a senior. Anyway, another tip. Here's tip number 4. Go to EBT EdgeCom and set up an account. You can keep track of your EBT account from here. It's like online banking, and they even have an app for it. Even before you get your EBT card or COCUA card, as it's called here, you'll receive a DaBux card. That's for local produce marked in your market with DaBux mark. You'll get a 50% discount. No kidding. So hang on to that card when you get it. I actually started using my EBT card before receiving the official notification letter, and that was in all caps too. And that letter told me I had been approved and how the benefit amount was calculated. And here's how to use your EBT card. You use your EBT card like you'd use a credit card when buying groceries. Most supermarkets and grocery stores accept EBT, including the big supermarkets, Times, Foodland, Safeway, even Down to Earth and Whole Foods. Just remember that you can only get food items with EBT, no vitamins, medication, no beer or any alcoholic beverage. You can get bottled water though. So if you have both types of items, separate them in groups and pay for them separately. But you may be able to qualify for Meals on Wheels, as I said earlier, and we're getting to that, so hang on a sec. As soon as you make a purchase with your EBT card, it will show up in the EBT Edge app or on the website. So it's really easy to keep track of your spending. The amounts will carry over to the next month, so you don't have to do a monthly balancing act if you have excess funds. One place you really ought to know about on Oahu is FarmLink Hawaii, which is an online market for local groceries. If you're using EBT, you get 50% off all local produce, half off, and that includes organic produce also. What you do is you order online and then either pick it up at their Kalihi Food Hub or they'll deliver it anywhere on Oahu for free. That's pretty incredible. Okay, that's it for part 1 on how to apply for EBT and how to use EBT. Stay tuned for part 2 on organizations that can help you apply for EBT and some other benefits that are available for EBT users and seniors. Okay, thanks much, and Serenity now. Talk to you later.